Blue Seal brand kielbasa and the Amy Kelly Crew Real Estate Team. Here we go, folks. You can see the starting racers on the grid. Here is the starting lineup. Tommy, J. Gino, Ben, Peppers, Full Metal Geo, and Red Rocket starting in the top 6 positions. In the top 7th position, we are starting out with Bluemoon, Xtreme, Camden, Steve C, Number One Dad, and 909. Number One Dad qualified first this evening, but we had an 11 kart invert. Not uncommon here to have that massive kart inverts. Let's see if Number One Dad can work his way from the back. In the meantime, leading us out is new racer to the circuit right here in the gray helmet, and that's Tommy. To the left of him, Gino. Behind Gino is Peppers in the yellow shirt. Here we go, start of the race, green flag racing, and we are off for the first time. That's Behn to the inside. Let's see if we can get, already fishtailing it into turn 1 is Peppers, but look at this, Gino running the block for the cast of racers behind him. First 4 racers through the S turns in pretty clean condition. However, behind them, there is a bunch up. Side-by-side racing here already with Xtreme and Number One Dad. Number One Dad on the tail of Xtreme. That's first pack getting away pretty straight away. That's Tommy being followed by Ben. Ben looking to the inside. Ben racing, now getting pushed out of the way by Gino, Full Metal Geo. Full Metal Geo's got the run into turn 1, into the TV turn, and look at this. Into the horseshoe turn, he makes it stick. And going with him is Peppers. Peppers, beautiful move around Ben following Full Metal Geo into the S turns, and look at this. We got a spin out here in the S turns. Looks like Gino is up in arms, and he is been spun out. Not sure, a racing incident. A lot of bunching up going over here in the S turns. Xtreme's pulling away. Looks like Xtreme was involved in that accident. 909 is right here coming across our screen right there. He was involved, as well as Gino. All right, so we're straightened out now, and we're going to get back into racing order. Let's see what happens here. The drivers are holding steady. We're in a red flag scenario over there in the TV turn. Let's see if we can get back to the start-finish line and get this race restarted. Not much going on here. Pretty much a racing incident. We're going to go ahead and give everybody back their position. You're going to see that Gino's going to return to his position, as well as Xtreme returning to the position 2 spots behind him. Tommy's going to bring us over to the start line. We're going to do single file restarts here Wednesday night. Pioneer Valley Indoor Karting. Got a new camera angle here, folks. Brought to you by the Amy Kelly Crew. And here we go. Tommy leading us off for the second time. No passing until out of turn 2. So we're single file here into turn 1. Looks like Tommy's already gotten away from Geo. Geo's in the purple. Behind Geo is Peppers. Peppers in the yellow. Here we go through the S turns. Relatively single file. Order looks good. Number One Dad right on the tail of Xtreme. Xtreme is in the fluorescent shirt coming across your screen right now. Number One Dad chasing him closely. It's going to be one hell of a battle. You can see Gino getting a little out of line. Xtreme getting into the back of Gino, turning him a little bit. See if he can't keep him straight. Xtreme's got a better line going through there, but you can see 2 abreast. Camden getting shuffled back in the order. Camden gave up that position to Red Rocket. Red Rocket's on the move, making the fast. Can he complete it here in the S turns? And he does. That leaves Xtreme on Camden's bumper. Right here in pink, Number One Dad coming across the screen. Those first 3 starting to get away with a second 3-pack right there behind him, with Camden at the tail end of that pack. And Number One Dad and Xtreme in their own world. Here we go. Tommy running a relatively good line. Look at this, 2 abreast. Ben with the slide move, holding off Bluemoon, I believe. Let's see if he can continue to do it. Look at that, right back in the pack. Camden is, oh no, they're ducking to the inside of Camden. That is Xtreme on the inside of Camden and number one dad on the outside. Look at this. Number one dad taking the line, going with Xtreme. Xtreme and number one dad into turn one. They both complete the pass on Camden. Oh, that hurts when you get a double pass. Camden's running a good race and a good line. Just every once in a while, once you get out of line, boy, I'll tell you what, the whole train can go by. And here we go. Camden fall back a few spots. Gino pulling up the tail end of the field. Right now, that's Tommy still in the lead with Full Metal Geo coming across your screen. Peppers behind them. Red Rocket, Behn. I believe after Behn is Bluemoon, followed by Xtreme. Xtreme getting a little out of line there. Number one dad right on the tail. Number one dad ducks underneath Xtreme in the S turns to see what's going on there. Number one dad's on the move. Number one dad started in 11th tonight. Oh, he's got to pick a line here. Who's he going to go with? He's going with the inside line. And that's a twofer. That's a twofer right there. Took Behn and Xtreme on that one. Here we go. Bluemoon has got something to worry about. Number one dad, an extremely fast kart tonight. Following him now into turn one. And number one dad gets under him as well. Number one dad is on the move. And here we go. This first four right here. You got Tommy. Peppers making a nice move on Geo. And they're too wide. That's Geo and Red Rocket. Number one dad with the twofer on them two as well. And that's a thank you return for Red Rocket getting the twofer a couple of weeks ago. Number one dad gets the twofer tonight. All right, here we go. Oh, we got lap traffic in this front stretch here. What's going to happen there? Got lap traffic closing it up. Oh, that's an extremely tight spot to be. Lap traffic trying to get out of the way. That's 909, but 909's in a world of hurt. It's like a beehive around you trying to get out of it, trying to do the right thing, and there's just nowhere he can go. Best thing he can do is pull over to the left-hand side in this straightaway, and that's not the case either. That's I think that was Steve C. now contending with him. Here we go, first five. Wow, that's still a mess in the back there, but first five starting to get away. That's starting with Tommy and ending with Full Metal Geo going into the TV turn. Xtreme looking to want to join that group as well. Here we go, this first five. Let's get back onto the front of this race. You got Tommy. Oh, and then Brian making a move to the inside. Number one dad going with Peppers. Here we go. Peppers, number one dad into turn one. Oh, look at this. Peppers gets kicked sideways. Not quite sure what happened there. He's looking for a caution. He gets kicked sideways. Not quite sure what happened. It looked like Tommy was getting a little bit crazy coming out of the TV turn. Peppers had to take a quick, sharp left-hand turn, and the field went by. That is an unfortunate move. I'm not sure what's seeing there. We're going to see if we can get a replay of that at some point. All right, here we go. That's Tommy, our leader, right there. Number one dad. Geo and Xtreme going side by side. Geo to the inside. Got the better line. Geo in the purple. Into the TV turn and out of the TV turn into the horseshoes and maintains position while they were racing. Red Rocket makes a pass on Xtreme as well, and that takes the pressure off of Full Metal Geo but puts it on in a totally different way, meaning now he's got to deal with Red Rocket. Here we go into turn one again. Look at number one dad trying to make a move on Tommy to the inside, almost hanging himself out to dry. Full Metal Geo ready to pounce. Brian's rejoined the fray. Brian's on the tail of Xtreme. Let's see, Brian's in the yellow. Here's the lap traffic again, folks. We're going to run a 19-second laps here, and so that makes the lap traffic. Oh, no! Oh, no! Oh no, it looks like the lap traffic. You can see a caution. You can see Brian to the right of your screen. Peppers to the right of your screen right here in front of us now in the yellow shirt. Got turned and went right under the main barrier in the horseshoe. Let's look at a replay of this. You can see Peppers is running his own race line, and what was lap traffic gets in underneath his rear end, and bam, Brian moves the entire tire barrier. What a hammer. Look at this. It's lap traffic just gets into him, kicks off the lap traffic 909, gets in there, kicks off the tires, and gets jetted right into Brian's rear quarter panel. Brian turns him straight into the thing. Now we gotta dig him out from underneath the barrier, straighten out the barriers. We got the rescue team there. Brian is okay. He's strapping back up. His cart is started, and he will rejoin the field in the position that he was racing. That was extremely tight. One thing to know, if you are getting lapped here at Pioneer Valley Indoor Karting, let's say you're new to this event, it's not a problem at all. But if you can move out of the racing line, that is the ideal situation. Right here in this turn, you can see that it's to the left of the track. Here we go, back to green flag racing. Into turn one, that's Tommy taking us in the gray helmet. Number one dad looking to the outside. That might be a mistake. No, Gio's going with him. So Gio maintains position behind number one dad. And he knew he had to do that, because if he went with him, he probably would have been in just as much trouble with Red Rocket and Xtreme. Running single file, except for right here, you got two abreast. That's Camden and Steve C going at it. No, that was Camden and Bluemoon. This is Steve C coming across the screen right now. Too wide coming in turn one. Not sure what the heck's going on here. Trying to make a move. Oh my goodness. Trying to make a move. Lucky number one dad had two left-handers there, or Full Metal Geo would have blown right by him. As we talked in previous races, you know that Tommy is not easy to pass. He's made a declaration tonight that he's not going to let anybody pass him easily, which I can attest that he does not allow easy passing for sure. He's running a good defensive line here. As you can see, he's hugging. Yep, there you go. And it kind of binds everything up in the S-turns when he's hugging that second apex of the second S-turn. It gets real tight. So we'll just maintain right here. We'll probably restart the race from this position. It looked like Peppers got around a little bit. What happened here is, you can see he's hugging that turn. Now he's got the apex crowded up. That makes number one dad change his race line, which slows him down, which bops the entire pack and just binds that entire pack up. Here we go, folks. Back to green flag racing. Not going to worry about perfecting the line at this point. But everybody's in their right order, and we are back to racing. That is a race to watch right now. Is the race for 5th position. Xtreme's holding it right now, and Steve C's right behind him, who wants that position for sure. Peppers ended up in 7th out of that melee right there. I can tell you he's not happy. He'll probably come back and definitely redeem himself. Here we go, same situation, running a little bit sloppy coming out of the S-turns, and that's slowing down the field a bit. But look at, here's the move. Is this the one that has to be made? It is. Number one dad able to get in underneath Tommy, and number one dad is out. It's got a hot rod tonight, folks. That's for sure. And here you go. Now you got this separate order happening behind it. That's Tommy in 2nd place. Full Metal Geo sitting in 3rd. Don't think he's going to be happy there. Expect to see a move from Geo here shortly. Number one dad sliding through the S-turns, trying to get away just a bit and build some distance up. But here's where the race is at. That is Red Rocket and Xtreme side by side. Xtreme in the fluorescent uniform, and that is Red Rocket in the black. Full Metal Geo's got his hands full. Look at this, too wide behind him. That's Xtreme and Red Rocket. Red Rocket dips into position. He's holding the line behind Xtreme. Boy, they are tight. Front to back, all the way through. Now here we go. This race is only getting better back here in the field, that's for sure. You've got some racers that are not happy in the position that they're in, and they're willing to give it everything to get to the next spot. And we're going to see that for sure. Full Metal Geo, even though he's riding there in third, I could assure you he wants to get that pass on Tommy to get that second spot on the podium tonight. Here we go. What's going on here? Full Metal Geo looking to the inside. He's got to run. Can he make this run stick in the horseshoe incredibly hard in the hairpin? And he can't complete the pass, but boy, is he good at holding off the rest of the field in order to not get railroaded on that. That was a hell of an attempt. And look at that attempt, just brought the entire field up to him. You know, it's what you got to do because you're not going to get away. You're not going to get away from the field, so you may as well make the attempt when you can. And here you go, lap traffic tucking away into the TV turn there. Back into the S turns. Let's see how it goes. And that's pink. Number one dad in the pink just passed the screen. He's about a full 4 seconds ahead right now. And side-by-side racing coming down into the front stretch. You got Camden looking to the inside. Camden making a really nice move there to the inside, but he's going to get hung out on the next turn when it comes to the horseshoe. Camden's in the red and white helmet tonight, folks. Chicopee Provision, our sponsor for this night's event. If you're in Chicopee and you're looking for some good quality meats, that's the place to go for sure, especially their kielbasa. Blue Seal kielbasa, probably the best in the business. Here we go, single file into the TV turn, but not coming out of it. Full Metal Geo, he's got pressure on his 6. And that being in the form of Red Rocket and Xtreme. Here we go, folks. Coming on to the last lap. Let's see. That is the leader who just took the checkered flag, and this is the finishing order right here, folks. What a race. Unbelievable. A lot of single file, but boy, I'll tell you, when it was that tight, front to back for the entire race, number one dad pulls away with the victory tonight. Tommy, Full Metal Geo, Red Rocket, Xtreme, and Peppers. None of those positions easily begotten, especially with Peppers ending up in the top 6 after a hard-fought battle. Steve C, Bluemoon, Ben, Camden, Gino, and 909. Thanks for watching this Christmas edition of Bosco Racing. Have a great night.